Stop losing money to impulse buys. Simple tricks to save you hundreds in 2025. Impulse buying is more common than we think and can quickly add up. We've all bought things on a whim, only to regret it later. Studies show that impulse purchases account for 40% of all purchases. This can prevent you from saving and achieving your financial goals. But don't worry, I will tell you how to break the impulse buying cycle in this video. You'll learn to identify triggers, develop healthier shopping habits, and save money in 2025. Let's dive in. Understanding the root of impulse buying. What drives us to make quick purchases? Impulse buying doesn't happen just because we want something. It often stems from deeper emotional triggers. Many people shop to fill a gap in their emotions like stress, boredom, or FOMO, fear of missing out. Shopping gives a temporary feeling of relief or excitement, but it's short-lived, and we're left with clutter and regret. Here are the most common emotional triggers for impulse buying. Stress. When life gets overwhelming, shopping offers a quick escape. The excitement of a purchase can temporarily distract us from our worries, but it doesn't solve the underlying stress. Boredom. Shopping can fill that void if we don't have anything to do or feel mentally unstimulated. We shop to pass the time, not because we need the item. Social influence, social media ads, influencer posts, and sales promotions can make us feel like we are missing out on something. The fear of not getting a deal or not having the latest trend can trigger us to buy without thinking. Recognizing these emotional triggers is the first step in gaining control over impulse purchases. Once we identify what drives our spending, we can find healthier ways to cope with those feelings instead of shopping. The hidden costs of impulse buying. It's not just about money. Impulse buying isn't just about spending money you don't have. It comes with far-reaching consequences. While it may seem like a small indulgence, it can drain your finances, increase stress, and contribute to environmental waste over time. Here's a look at the hidden costs of impulse buying. Financial strain. Those small, spontaneous purchases add up quickly. Spending just $20 weekly on unplanned items could total $1,040 annually. This money could be better used to pay down debt, build savings, or invest in your future. Guilt and regret. After the initial thrill of a purchase fades, many people experience guilt and regret. These emotions can cause stress and anxiety, especially when you realize the purchase was unnecessary and not aligned with your goals. Environmental impact. Impulse buying also contributes to clutter and environmental waste. Many items we buy impulsively end up unused, taking up space and contributing to landfills. Every unnecessary purchase is another burden on the planet. Breaking the habit of impulse buying can relieve the financial burden, reduce stress, and minimize waste, leading to a healthier and more intentional lifestyle. How to stop impulse buying. Simple strategies that work. Now that we understand the emotional triggers and consequences of impulse buying, let's dive into the practical steps to stop the cycle and start saving money. Here are some effective strategies. Identify your triggers. Reflect on when and why you make impulse purchases. Are you stressed, bored, or scrolling through social media? Recognizing your triggers will help you avoid situations where you're more likely to make spontaneous buys. Create a shopping list. List what you need before heading to the store or browsing online. Stick to the list to avoid browsing extra items that tempt you. Set a budget. Decide how much you will spend and track your expenses. Stay within your limits and reassess your spending habits regularly. Practice delayed gratification. When you feel the urge to buy something, wait 24 hours before purchasing. This will give you time to reflect and decide if you need the item. These strategies will help you regain control over your spending and move toward healthier financial habits. Understanding the emotional side. How to identify the underlying emotions behind impulse buying. Impulse buying is often linked to emotions. Recognizing your emotions is a key step in breaking the habit. When we shop impulsively, it's usually to fill an emotional gap, whether it's stress, boredom, or the need for instant gratification. Here's how to recognize the emotional side of your buying habits. Stress and anxiety. Shopping can become a way to escape from stressful situations. If you buy things when stressed, it's important to acknowledge that shopping won't relieve stress. Try stress-relieving activities like exercise or meditation instead. Boredom. If you shop because you're bored, the purchase is a temporary fix. Instead of using shopping to fill the void, explore other activities that engage your mind, such as reading, cooking, or pursuing a hobby. Instant gratification. Our brains are wired for immediate rewards, and shopping often provides a quick thrill. Practicing delayed gratification, such as waiting 24 hours before making a purchase, helps you focus on long-term satisfaction rather than immediate impulses. Understanding these emotions and their impact on spending can help you break the cycle and make more intentional decisions. Breaking free from impulse buying is possible, and my own experience proves that small changes can lead to big results. A few years ago, I was stuck in a cycle of impulsive spending, even though I knew it was hurting my finances. Despite working hard and earning a decent income, I constantly felt like I was falling short. The real turning point came when I sat down and looked at my spending. I realized I was buying things to cope with stress or satisfy boredom. These impulse buys weren't bringing lasting happiness or solving my problems. They only added financial strain. Here's what I did to change. I tracked every purchase. I started writing down everything I bought, no matter how small. Seeing the total at the end of each month was eye-opening, and it helped me become more mindful of my spending. I also set clear financial goals. I wrote down my goals, paying off debt, saving for emergencies, and building a future, and focused on these instead of quick fixes like shopping. And I used the 30-day rule. I committed to waiting 30 days for big purchases. More often than not, I realized I didn't need the item, and I could redirect that money into my savings instead. By becoming more mindful and intentional with my money, I started seeing results in my financial health, and the impulse buying cycle started to lose its grip. Maintaining long-term habits. How to stay on track and avoid impulse buying. Breaking the impulse buying habit is a major accomplishment, but the real challenge is maintaining these changes over the long term. Staying motivated and committed to your financial goals will help you avoid slipping back into old habits. Here's how you can keep your progress on track. Celebrate small wins. Each time you avoid an impulse purchase, celebrate it. Track your successes and reward yourself with something small that aligns with your long-term goals. This positive reinforcement will keep you motivated. Stay focused on your financial goals. Always keep your goals in sight. Whether you're saving for an emergency fund or paying off debt, remind yourself why you're cutting back on impulse purchases. Visualize your future success and let that drive you to stay on track. Accountability. Share your goals with a friend or partner who can help hold you accountable. Having someone to check in with can motivate you to stick to your plan. Regularly track your spending. Set a time each week or month to review your expenses. This lets you stay aware of where your money is going and adjust your habits if necessary. By staying focused, tracking progress, and celebrating small victories, you can make these changes last and continue building better financial habits. Take control of your financial future. Breaking the cycle for good. Now that you've learned strategies to curb impulse buying and developed a better understanding of your spending habits, it's time to take control of your financial future. Breaking the cycle of impulse buying is not just about cutting out unnecessary purchases. It's about making more thoughtful, intentional decisions that align with your goals and values. Here's how to fully take control. Review your spending regularly. Make a habit of checking your budget and expenses. Regular review helps you stay accountable and ensures you're not slipping back into old habits. Build a safety net. Set aside money for emergencies or future goals. Having an emergency fund reduces the temptation to spend impulsively when life's challenges arise. Invest in long-term goals. Use the money you've saved from avoiding impulse buys to work towards bigger goals like buying a home, retirement, or even taking a dream vacation. Redirecting your savings into investments will help you build a secure financial future. Stay consistent. Habits take time to build. If you stay consistent with the strategies you've learned, the urge to make impulse purchases will become less powerful over time. By staying committed to your financial health and making conscious decisions, you can build a more secure and fulfilling future, free from the clutter and stress caused by impulse buying. Conclusion. Take charge of your spending and achieve financial freedom. Impulse buying can be a powerful habit to break, but it's entirely possible with the right mindset and strategies. By becoming aware of your emotional triggers, setting clear financial goals, and implementing simple techniques like delayed gratification and tracking your spending, You can take control of your finances and start building a future free from unnecessary debt and clutter. Here's a recap of what you can do to stop impulse buying. Identify your triggers. Recognize when you're most vulnerable to impulsive purchases. Set a budget and stick to it. Keep track of your spending and align it with your financial goals. Practice delayed gratification. Wait 24 to 48 hours before making unplanned purchases. Celebrate small victories. Reward yourself for sticking to your budget and avoiding impulse buys. Remember, it's all about progress, not perfection. Each step toward mindful spending is toward financial freedom and peace of mind. Stay committed, and over time, you'll see the rewards. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your strategies in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're overcoming impulse buying and working toward financial freedom.